Hornets coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Top storyline, Darren Williams. Clark injured. He will not be suiting up.
Well, it's going to be a few weeks until he's back, but that's not as bad as it could have been. It could have been much worse. In the end, given the way it looked when he was helped off the court last game, I think he'd consider that good news.
I don't think there's any doubt. You know, when you watch that live, that injury seemed to be far worse. So still, small comfort for him having to sit these next few weeks out, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Al Jefferson out there with Johnson. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Muhammad in at the 2. Last game for the Charlotte Hornets. It was a loss to the Boston Celtics.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He knows they've got to really dig in defensively, facing a very talented offense. He said if you let them get going, they can run off a big lead and really put you behind the 8 ball. We've got to be disciplined, work together, and be prepared to make second, third, and fourth efforts. Whatever it takes to get a stop, that's what we'll have to do. Kevin, we'll see if they can get a win in this, their first matchup of the season.
Great, thank you, Doris. So a little bit worried about containing the opposing offense today.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to be worried about. I mean, they're not an easy opponent to face because of that offense.
That's exactly right. I mean, they have to be on their game defensively if they're going to keep pace in this one.
Kicks to Casper. Pass to Freak. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And Gasol gets it to go.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Walker dishes to Muhammad. Back to Walker. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Freak kicks to Butler. Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there, Greg, to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagrammed.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. Hornets trail by 3. Now the pass to Walker. Up the floor. Finished off the break.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Gasol, a screen on Walker. Offside Gasol. And Caspi kicks to Freak. Oh. And that one is hammered home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. So Chicago And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 5-point game. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game one tonight. Very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Hornets. They've got Muhammad. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Walker in at the point guard. Here's Walker. Following the basket by Freak. Walker goes in. Some solid defense from Butler.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Freak. And Mirotic kicks to Freak. Noah the screen. Freak with it. He's picked up by Walker. 5 on the clock. And it's Freak missing. Hornets trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Kaminsky. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal basketball. He finished with 22 points, but also came away with 5 big rebounds. Performances like this have been the norm this season, it seems, as he is enjoying a breakout year. The franchise feels pretty smart now, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Here's Aminu following the basket by Freak. Gasol with the steal. Freak passes to Noah. Now here's Freak. Muhammad covering. That's good. And now a 9-point Bulls lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Now here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Caspi, he's checked in for Noah. And it's Rose in for Mirotic. Now here's Walker, following the miss by Freak. Outside, Walker. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Charlotte no good that time either.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
He dishes it to Walker. Here's Aminu. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Now here's Freak. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
And Walker kicks to Muhammad. Johnson dishes to Walker. From 13. And it's Freak with the rebound. Freak's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the second quarter. And that one's good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Jefferson's shot is off.
You know, they did a good job in the first quarter getting themselves to the line, but here in the second, they've gone away from it.
Yeah, everything's been perimeter-oriented, and you have to be hitting shots to play that way.
And that one's good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Now, here's Aminu. He has 5. Muhammad, and the layup falls. Muhammad's got 9 points.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And it's Freak missing. Here's Walker. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
And so that's the end of